I bought this, a portable audio recorder, to help make these videos, and this one, good as it is, needs a windshield. So let's get to it. First up, this is high density foam. It's used for tool inlays in tool cases and cosplay. People use it to make costumes out of, and I've CNC'd that. There's some footage of that, and there we go. That fits on there, an absolute treat, but it's a little bit furry still, so I need to sort that out. And then we're going to try making a cage out of acrylic. I've got some, I think this is 2 or 3 millimeter acrylic, and cut some strips of that, and then we can bend a cage round. And lastly, I've got a bag of fur. This is dark grey, long haired fake fur, which is ideal at absorbing the wind noise. So yeah, that's what we're going to cover it in. Anyway, let's have a go. I do have another method of doing this which might be more suitable, but I fancy having a go with this way, so we'll give it a go. We're going to cut that with a circular saw. Yeah, the trick is to cut it from the top side like this. Whoops. So that this plastic catches in the blade really easily, but like this, you're always cutting it towards. It's trying to drag it this way, and the board, the backer board, is stopping it from moving, so it cuts really quite well and quite cleanly like that. There we go, no fuss, no drama. One perfectly square, parallel 10mm strip. Okay, so now I need to wrap this around this form, then we can stick it on. And I've got my paint stripper. This is variable temperature paint stripper, which is extremely handy with this. Glue those bits together like so, and then clamp it with a toolmaker's clamp and leave it for a while. So this is the glue. If you've seen my video on replacing the battery in this, you'll know this stuff is hideous. After many hours of fiddling around with this, I've given up with it. This foam is too thick. This is the sort of stuff you find in cosplay or toolboxes that with shadows for what's the word, for cutouts for tools. So that's too stiff, and this I just couldn't get it to work. You know, it broke. The glue's all over the shop. I couldn't bend it very accurately. It's just appalling. So I bought myself a 3D printer, and I have to say this was my first project on a 3D printer. and I'm reasonably impressed. It's quite stiff, looks alrighty. It's going to fit quite nicely over the little recorder, and it's also designed so that if you want the wide dispersion, it just fits in with about 1mm spare either side. So so it should do the job. Anyway, let's give this a go. This is only half of the thing. What you need is this fur. This is fur fabric. It's just basic fur fabric. It's got a little bit of give in it, which is quite useful. And a sample like this is an A4 sample, is only a couple of dollars, I think, a couple of £pounds. So it's quite cheap. However, getting that around there is not going to be that easy. So this is what I did. I have drawn around on a piece of paper the profile of the plan view of this, and then take that and wrap it round, whoops, like so, and there we go. So basically I have developed the shape, the 3D shape, into a 2D plan. I've found over the years less is more when it comes to this stuff. You don't want a great deal of it. A couple of minutes later, that has tacked over sufficiently for us to do this next step. So let me just lay that on there, give it a squeezy. Yeah, so far so good. Let's join these bits. Oh, very good. Right, I'll give that 15-20 minutes, then come back and trim it. Why is that comedic? That just looks weird. Anyway, I've found a suitable piece of foam, this old piece here, and I cut out a strip. So next, and the final thing to do, is to stick this on the inside of that. So out with the jolly old glue again. While that cures, we'll have a look at the next piece, which is, I bought a cheap Lavalier mic and a piece of this wrap round should make a good windshield. Okay, trim the last bit. Let's see. Oh, that's snug. All it needs is a face. I wonder if it works. I'll have to give it a go. That is just bonkers. Oh dear. Simple things. Right, so here's the acid test. I have, I'm sat just 12, 13 inches away from this recorder, and I've got a Lavalier on. So this is the sound that you're getting from the Lavalier, and this is the sound that we're getting from the Tascam mini recorder. Get a lot of handling noise with these. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is blow on it, and you should be able to read. Might not come over very well, but I'll tell you what the auto gain has set itself to. So here we go. So if I blow over it, we're hitting 0 dB. So if I now do the same thing, so I'll blow at a constant speed, and then I'll put the Windgag over, we should see or hear a significant difference. So that clearly works. Whether it works well enough to take out all of the wind noise, who knows? If I blow on it really heavily, you'll hear what I mean. So out in a stiff breeze, I suspect it will help, but it won't solve your problems. But having said that, it's a significant improvement. So yeah, I think this has been a bit of a success. And let's face it, it looks so cool. Okay, here we go. So we wrap that round there, and hopefully a little bit of tension. There we go. We have made a cylinder. Slides off, and should excuse the handling. Yeah, it's a bit long at the moment, but I'll just cut that off, and I'm also going to seal the end up slightly. Apologies for the noise. I'll drop a glue in the top. Can't put this bloody stuff down. Now, how about this for overkill? A peg would be fine, but I happen to have a toolmaker's clamp. There we are. Over by the mill, got the little furry Lavalier on with the windshield that we've just made. Hopefully this should improve the audio on my videos. I know audio is quite difficult to get, particularly in a workshop, because there's when you're running machines like this, the sound level is so loud compared with just talking. Also, I have to, through that wall is, you can probably hear a rumble. There's a tumble dryer running at the moment. There's 2 fridges through there. My fluorescent lights hum horrifically, and whenever somebody drives past in a car, you know, we're a good 30-40 meters away from the road, but you can still hear the boom 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 from the radios. So yeah, getting decent sound is quite difficult in a home workshop. This is not a professional space by any stretch. There's no sound insulation here. The only soundproofing we've got is what happens to what's in the building. The sound is broken up by the machines that are in here, but of course the net result is that you still have issues with reverberating surfaces, lots of noise from these machines. When they're cutting, you can't hear yourself think. So yeah, it's not particularly easy to get sound in these situations. So hopefully this little Lavalier should improve things a little bit. The closer you can get to your mouth, generally the better the sound will be. In the professional world, there's a company that makes microphones that clip over your ear, go clip over both ears, and a boom goes around the back of your neck, and you see a tiny little microphone on the cheek, which is about as close as you can get. I'm not a fan. I think they're as ugly as hell, but they've been quite popular, certainly in recent times. I haven't seen any, I don't think, for the last sort of 6-8 months, but anyway, that's by the by. In the theatre world, you'll find for stage shows, there'll be, if you sit in the audience, you think, yeah, that person's got a spot or something on their forehead. Actually, it's a microphone. The microphone is taped or stuck to their forehead, and the cable goes through the hair, down the back, and into a body pack transmitter. And for women, that's actually often, because of slinky dresses, that's often on the inside thigh, so you can't see it at all. With a bloke, it's a bit easy. You can put it in the back pocket, etc. But anyway, I digress. Hopefully, we should get some reasonable sound out of this. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like the sort of rubbish that I make, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.